Yo, what up everybody, your boy Roshi here, and let me just tell y'all, man, I've been on a reading spree. I've gone absolutely ham. I apologize. I am way ahead of the part where I'm going to be covering today. I am currently in the Enies Lobby arc, but there's still so much to cover. I do have like all my notes and stuff ready for the next couple videos, so the wait isn't going to be as long. But let me just say that once I am done with the Enies Lobby arc, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a break. Not like a long break, but I'm going to like stop for a second because there's some stuff that I actually want to watch and see in the anime because I enjoyed these parts a lot. So again, once I'm done with that, it's probably going to be like a week with no recap, just so that I can like just see the stuff that I want to see, and then I am going to start. Currently, as of this video, I am on chapter 392, so some pretty dope stuff going on in there. Before I get into this review and discussion about the second half of Water 7, I did want to say a big thank you to the patrons who have decided to come and help support us, not only through for the reactions, but for the sketches and stuff as well, and all the bonus content. And like I said when I started, every month on the Patreon I am giving away an anime figure to a lucky patron on tier 3. And this month, since a few of you have been joining the Patreon for One Piece, this month it is going to be this figure of Luffy, which is a newer figure of Luffy from the Master Lies series. I'm actually jealous because I wanted this for myself, but I'm going to be giving this away to somebody this month. So last month it was the Trunks, and this month it is this badass Luffy figure, and it's pretty damn big. If you can see, it's pretty huge. So yeah, so if you're interested in that, go ahead and check it out. You guys get early access to reactions and sketches and all that good shit. But yeah, so without further ado, let's just go ahead and get this show on the road. So alright, now for the continuation of the Water 7 madness. Just gonna get into it like I said before. So CP9 has been hiding himself for 5 years among the carpenters apparently. So CP9, or Cypherpole 9, is basically the government secret service. There's CP1 through 8, one station at 8 points in the world, and CP9 basically shouldn't exist. They're like ghosts. So they have permission to kill non-cooperative citizens in the name of justice, and they want to resurrect these weapons and end the age of pirates. Now, Iceberg's attempt to hide the real blueprint to Pluton failed. The fake blueprint actually had 3 names. It was Tom, Iceberg, and Cuddy Flam. Turns out he's connected to this mysterious company with no records called Tom's Workers, and was one of 2 disciples. The other supposedly died. Now it turns out the other disciple, Cuddy Flam, is actually fucking Frankie of all people, and he has the real blueprints to Pluton. Now Luffy and the others show up in dramatic fashion as always. Paulie runs up on Lucci and gets poked in the chest, literally. Lucci explains that they have trained in a martial art called Rokushiki that gives those that master it the strength of 100 men. Now Luffy intervenes to stop Lucci from killing Paulie, but his attacks have no effect and Lucci pokes the shit out of him next. Apparently that attack would have killed Luffy if he wasn't rubber. Lucci lets them know that the building is about to go up in flames in 2 minutes, and then challenges them to escape if they can. Now basically this means that shit is clearly about to hit the fan, especially since Luffy is not okay with Nico Robin leaving the crew. Luffy tries to stop Nico, and Blue Note jumps in his way using the same Tekai technique that Lucci used to eat his attack and lose absolutely no HP. Then followed up with Ultra Instinct to dodge all of the Gatling punches. Blue Note explained that he could kick the air and float. Basically, it's like a cheat code for an unlimited double jump skill. Now Kaku and Khalifa follow up and proceed to mix Luffy's shit. Zoro and Kaku go at it temporarily before he gets distracted and also gets poked. So CP9 has gained what they call the 6 superhuman strengths, and this is why they are so nasty. Lucci is revealed to also have a Zoan type double fruit ability to turn into a leopard, which I was not expecting. Luffy was able to steal off on him, but still got poked again and tossed off the island, followed by Zoro, who was next to run up and get done up. So the Straw Hats got completely washed and there was absolutely no hope. Completely embarrassing. Now Iceberg and Paulie meanwhile were left to burn to a crisp in the building on some savage shit. Now, Kokoro seems to be good. My concern about her was misguided, and she was actually concerned about Iceberg and believes that the weapon should never be created. CP9 is now looking for Frankie, who is at his secret base under the bridge with Usopp. Frankie explains the predicament that Water 7 is in. The sea level is continually rising, or rather the island is sinking, whatever you want to say. He brings up that the other man, Tom, and credits him for the creation of the sea train. Meanwhile, CP9 is out murdering his men in the street like dogs. Now, Frankie recommends Usopp put the Going Merry to rest, says it is a hopeless case just like everyone else, then proceeds to go ham, fucking up the ship. Usopp finally admits he was in denial about the ship, and it's about time. You guys know how I felt about that. Frankie tells Usopp the night in Skypiea when he saw someone fixing the ship, it was a Cleboterman, which is a fairy that lives on ships and that are well cared for. Basically the physical incarnation of the ship. So now we have fairies in the world of One Piece as well, which is cool. Now CP9 pulls up on the hideout, and Khalifa is out here delivering sweet chin music to Frankie's ladies. Frankie and Bluno get into it, and Bluno almost kills him before Lucci stops him. Frankie refuses to give up the blueprints to Lucci and gets bodied in one blow. They find this old drafting room and learn that the hideout was the old office building for Tom's workers. Now based on the picture, it looks like Kokoro was a member, as well as that strange frog. So CP9 starts torturing Frankie for information before attempting to blackmail him for a crime he committed 12 years ago. Now we get one of the best flashbacks ever. We finally meet Tom's workers. Turns out that Sumo Frog was his pet and Kokoro was his secretary. So it turns out Tom built Gold Roger's ship, the Oro Jackson, and was actually to be executed at Enies lobby for it. He was spared for 10 years after promising to build the sea train that would help connect islands and allow them to prosper. Now it makes complete sense why Kokoro is the conductor of the sea train. So CP5 supervisor Spandam came to visit Tom and press him for the blueprints, so he ended up entrusting them to Frankie and Iceberg in fear of the world government. On the day of the trial, Spandam took Frankie's fleet of battleships that Iceberg advised him to destroy in fear of this very thing happening, and he attacked the Shihosen, ruining Tom's chances of being pardoned. Now at the trial, Frankie tried to deny that those were his ships, and Tom sparked him for not claiming his creations. Then Spandam caught it next for setting them all up. Tom took the fall, admitting to the crime of attacking the Shihosen, and asked for the crime to be spared in order to save Frankie and Iceberg. Frankie is pissed off, follows Spandam out into the sea train tracks, and attacks the train and tries to stop it with his bare hands, almost dying. So he put himself back together with spare parts, and that is how he essentially became a cyborg. Now CP9 is taking Frankie to Enies lobby. It turns out that Spandam is still alive and looking forward to his revenge as Commander-in-Chief of CP9 now. Kaku finishes up the Going Merry for good, and back at Iceberg's it appears that Chopper saved Polly and Iceberg from the fire, so all is well there. Iceberg wakes up, tells Nami about Nico Robin and her true goal to save the Straw Hats under the threat of the Buster Call that would have a military power of national war level on their ass. So Nami runs off to inform the squad and stop Nico from leaving for Enies lobby with CP9. Meanwhile, Sanji is trying to figure out how to board the train. At the same time, Luffy and Zoro are both trapped like complete jackasses. And it's all hands on deck with everyone from the Straw Hats to Galley Lock Company trying to find Luffy and Zoro to update them on the situation to save Nico Robin, but it is no use, and Robin is off to Enies lobby since the sea train left early due to the Aqua Laguna. So the first big surprise here was that Cuddy Flom / Frankie reveal, which was unexpected but welcome. So Frankie's a pretty decent guy after all. CP9 showing off what they were capable of is, in my opinion, the first time the Straw Hats were truly outclassed in battle. I'm hoping in the future they go more in depth with these 6 superhuman strengths and how they train to get that strong. Rob Lucci's Devil Fruit reveal was also unexpected for me, but dope as hell. Seems to match his savage personality. The Tom's Workers flashback was amazing. Oda once again added depth into the world and continues to weave his web of interconnecting characters and events. It was a callback for me of Blackbeard's words that all strong people in that world are destined to meet at some point. All the pieces set in motion since the start of the arc come full circle, and it's actually really impressive, down to the Yokozuna and Kokoro as well. CP9 and the Cypher Pole as a whole adds more depth to the world government as a global power and fandom. Even though he may be annoying, it adds a nice touch, and that he makes things a little bit more personal for Frankie. Oh yeah, and speaking of Frankie, based on that Tom's Workers flashback and the battleships he used to build, combined with the Going Merry being gone, I'm pretty sure that he is going to be building them a new ship once this is all said and done, but I could be wrong. Anyway, give me a like and a subscribe to the channel if you have not already, and make sure to hit that bell for notifications. Follow on all socials at YaBoyRoshi on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and consider being a patron if you have not already. The merch store is in the link in the description as always as well. But that's all I got for you guys today. Have a great day or night, and I will catch you very soon for the next follow-up.